Yes. Oh.
And then you can watch the Just for Kicks.
Right. Yes.
So, we know it's Piers. You got John Deere playing right now.
Is that what?
Then she thinks my tractor.
That's what you guys can do for a little banter
We
back in the
know
we
Piers.
know we're playing Piers.
I want to make it home tonight, Chad.
I gotta watch Hot Mike. Whatever. Not Hot Mike.
Oh, sure. Here.
Not your
There you go.
nickname there.
So there's one new thing this year. Says if there is a drone in the area, they have to stop paying.
5 minutes.
And you have to make an announcement.
Are we going live? Is that what the plan is?
Resume time until the
In
drone
3 minutes, 2 minutes. We're going live.
Okay.
Piers.
Let me know
It's
when
time.
you're ready for
fires
live.
your butt.
Let's try this. May your attention, please. When the clock hits triple zeros, we will do starting lineups of both teams. Following that will be the national anthem.
So we go in after they do the starting lineups and national anthem?
Nope, we're going to do our intro before then.
Right, okay, got it.
Okay?
How much time we got? Oh, we got 2 minutes. So we should be good on my boom.
Don't screw this up, Billy.
I won't screw it up. I'm a trained professional. Just ask me.
Mike, a little different, not starting off with opening workshops?
I had to go to one first, new teacher one.
Yeah.
I left after an hour and a half. I didn't like it.
Nice.
No, I didn't miss that. And then every time, so I still have school email. So every time Tim sends something out, I'm like, God bless him.
You mean the 49 emails that I got just today?
It's too bad.
Actually, that's probably half of them because I've already.
Dad, the only issue is here now is that we don't have an inning to go over mistakes.
I
Like
know.
an inning break.
We'll just own our mistakes.
That's funny. We're live?
1 minute.
I get the same nervous feeling every time.
You are on the ball. Are you ready? Hello? Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yep, we're
Should
ready.
be.
All right, they are live. You guys can start in 10.
And welcome to Flyer Media Productions. I'm Mack Swenson, joined by my dad, Nate Swenson, and we're bringing you the home opener matchup between Little Falls Flyers and the Pierz Pioneers. Are you excited for the game today, Dad?
Well, first of all, Mac, thank you for the opportunity to be able to call the game with you. It's quite an honor. Appreciate it. I'm actually really, really looking forward to this game. Have been looking forward to this game all week. It's Piers and Little Falls. What could be better than that?
How do you think the rivalry between these two teams is going to affect the outcome of the match?
That's a really good question. Obviously, the Flyers have home field advantage tonight, but Piers travels well, so I would anticipate that there will be a good crowd for both the Flyers and for Piers tonight. So, and yet I still think it will probably be an advantage for the Flyers. And let's be honest, we're hoping the Flyers win, right?
Right, yes. So let's switch over to the viewer's perspective. What should they be expecting from the Flyers offense here today?
Well, I would anticipate that the Flyers are going to try to be fast tonight. I think they're going to try to be quick, and they run what's called a base 20 offense, and that is where the quarterback lines up in shotgun and is flanked by two running backs typically. They don't use tight ends, and they use wide receivers, and I am expecting that they are going to air the ball out tonight and give Gavin Anderson the opportunity to throw the ball a lot. And the other thing is we've got great running backs that are returning to the team. So I'm expecting that our offense is going to be explosive.
Right, I agree. So let's flip over to the other side of the ball. What should we be looking out for defensive-wise?
Well, when we met with Coach Bardos, you probably remember that he talked about running a hybrid defense. And so what I feel like I know about their defense is that they adapt really quickly. So I'm expecting to see a lot of movement on the field, potentially pre-snap movement, where kids are getting calls from the sidelines from their coaches. And so, again, I think they're going to play fast. They have to use their speed as an advantage tonight.
So other side of the field now, what should we be expecting from the Piers offense and defense?
You tell me. No, the funny part about that, I actually don't feel bad not knowing a lot about this, because when we asked Coach Bardos, he was like,
He didn't really know either.
Yeah, we don't know what to expect from Piers.
He brought up the fact that Little Falls and Piers haven't really played against each other in football much, so that could affect the, I guess, coaching perspective of the game.
Yeah, for sure, because as coaches, you do a little bit of scouting, you watch a little bit of video, so you try to prepare as much as possible. But at the end of the day, this is a rivalry, but kind of a new affair, because the Flyer football team and Pierce football team, at least during the regular season, I don't think has played for ever, maybe. So
Right. So let's talk about, there's a lot of returning players for the Flyers. So who are some of the players that viewers should keep an eye on?
Well, you're right. The Flyers do return quite a few players. And, one of the things that stuck out to me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hangar of Flyer.
Looks like it's time for starting lineups.
Yes, we'll come back to that.
This evening, we proudly present the Highway 27 matchup and Granite Ridge Conference matchup of the Mighty Flyers and the Pioneers of Piers. At this time, we will announce the starting lineups defense-wise for the Pierz Pioneers. Number 2, Kyle Witcher. Number 11, Caden Knutson. Number 21, Aiden Jones. Number 26, Reese Young. Number 42, Max Barkley. Number 44, Nathan Nash. Number 54, Austin Palu. Number 56, Derek Baki. Number 75, William Stengel. Number 79, Briar Rentz. And 82, Caleb Cook. The head coach is Danny Sayre.
Okay. Hold it. Can you move the yellows up here?
Yellows.
Andy. All right.
At this time, I would like to announce your 2023 Flyer football team.
They're doing the Flyers.
Can you see my mic? It says mic. Make sure it's all the way up.
Which one? The announcer?
Yeah. And now, the starting offense for your Little Falls Flyers.
I'll go grab one for you.
At tackle, number 58, Alex Toma. At guard, number 68, Ryland Mickelson. At center, number 76, Jake Dahlberg. At guard, number 77, Jacob Vetter. At tackle, number 54, Gabe Shanoff. At wide receiver, number 13, Eddie Sobiak. At wide receiver, number 1, Isaac Olson. At wide receiver, number 5, Jackson Jansky. At running back, number 26, Mark Hughes. At running back, number 3, Hank LeClaire. And at quarterback, number 2 in your program, Gavin Anderson. Head coach Joe Bartos.
It's like
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, as we honor this great nation and this community as we play our national anthem. The color guard is presented by American Legion Post 46. Color guard members are Bob Klosowski, Jessica Warzeka, Donnie Herman, and Jerry Schmitz. Please stay standing and hold your applause until the colors have left the field. Thank you. And thank you, Karen Warner, for National Anthem.
Well, Mac, here we go.
Let's get this game started here.
You know, just to close up what we were talking about previously and what to expect from Piers, one of the things Coach Bardos said is that likely they would be running on offense some type of a wing tee offense, and that type of an offense is known for disguising the ball a lot.
He spoke a lot about the counter.
Yeah, he did. The counter, and it's really difficult often, even as a casual viewer, to be able to track where the ball goes in the wing tee offense. So all that to say is I really believe the Flyers are going to have to maintain discipline on defense, and everybody's going to have to keep to their assignments.
So, of course, we're still at this time of the year where the coaches are still evaluating things. Who has stood out for the Flyers most?
You know, one of the names, actually a couple of names that the coach talked about right away was one was Ben Borstad, who has really bided his time and stuck in there and has really been impressive so far. The other is Gavin Anderson. He's coming into his second year of varsity experience, so it'll be fun to watch both of them play.
All right, well, it looks like that both teams are lining up for kickoff here. Piers will be receiving, so that means that the Flyers will receive at halftime, which in my eyes, that's a really good advantage if they can make a stop on defense here first.
Agreed. They must have deferred or won the toss and deferred to the second half. Here we go, though.
Here we go. Here's the kickoff. Gabe Shanoff sends it down. And, he finds a hole here. This is going to be pretty good return as he crosses the 50 into Flyer territory down at around the 37.
You know, Mack, one of the things that I saw on that kickoff is, first of all, it was blocked really well by Piers, but it did look like a few of our players got caught up and didn't maintain their lanes when they were going down to stop that return. That'll be hopefully something that they can correct on the next playoff.
That opening was extremely noticeable in my eyes.
Yeah.
It was pretty obvious where he needed to go. See that wing T formation out there?
So Coach Bartos took a good guess, educated guess, and he got it.
Little motion here. Here's the snap, handoff, straight up the middle to the right side. He'll be stopped around the 32.
Young with carry.
Gain of 5 there for the Pioneers as it is 2nd and 5 now, already in opponent territory. So Flyers got some ground to make up here, don't you think? Wing T formation back out. See some more motion except on the right side here. It'll be the same handoff. Great tackle there. He's kind of just smoked there at the 30.
Tackle by number 3, Hank Leclerc.
You know, Hank Leclerc really stepped up there and made a nice play. At linebacker, he is one of the many Flyers that's a returning starter from last year, and looking for him to have a huge season on both offense and defense this year.
I remember I asked Coach Bartos very specifically, how should the opponent try to tackle Hank?
Yeah, exactly. Take his legs out, because if you go high, you're going to get trucked, right?
Yeah. 3rd and 4, another handoff. Looks like he's going to pick up the first, much more, inside the 20 to the 16. Pioneers have a first down. Sobiak took care of the trouble there.
Yeah, Eddie saved a touchdown. It was a good tackle.
Great blocking so far from the Pioneers. Flyers got to mix something up. Maybe try to send a blitz here because we haven't seen the pass yet from the Pioneers. Same formation here. And that looked like the counter there.
Yep.
I'll be honest.
Play up the middle.
I'll be honest, that caught me off guard. I thought 21 had the ball on the right for a second.
As Coach talked about, it's one of those offenses where it's really easy to disguise the ball from the defense. So everybody has to maintain their discipline there. Flyers really need to stop.
Right. This wing T is probably what we're going to see most of the game from the Pioneers. Not surprised to see it at all. Here's the handoff up the gut. couple of yards here.
You know, to be honest, Mac, I'm expecting this game to be really competitive. I know our classes are a little bit different between the Flyers and the Pioneers, but Piers is a perennial powerhouse. They've got a great system. They're great. They've got great coaches. And so my guess is they will be very competitive tonight. This is going to be a fight, it looks like.
The Pioneers head coach, Danny Sayre, seems to have his mind made up on what he wants to do here. Another run up the middle here. Inside the 10, out to the 6. Aiden Jones doing a lot of the work right now here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, he's a pretty tough runner.
First and goal for the Pioneers after the amazing kickoff return for them. They had good field position to start off, and they're taking advantage of it as it is first and goal at the 5. Here's the wing tee. A counter. It'll go straight up the gut for a touchdown. And the Pioneers will take the lead for 6 points.
Well, I'd say they definitely sent a message in that first drive. You know, oftentimes in
First and goal
football,
at the 5.
on the first drive, it's a great opportunity for the offense.
Here's the wing tee.
It's a great
counter.
opportunity.
It'll go
for
straight
the
up the gut for a
offense to be
touchdown.
able to try things, do their things, and then the defense's responsibility is to really now make adjustments to what they saw. If the Flyers are able to make some adjustments, that'll be a really great thing. If not, it could be a long night of running.
Yeah. 2-point conversion there for the Pioneers. So 8-0 here. They really took advantage of that field position. And as you said, powerhouse. They did just that and put it in the end zone.
Well, Mac, now we get to see what the Flyer offense is made of. I know Coach Bardos was pretty excited about the weapons that he had on the offensive side of the ball with Isaac Olson and, again, Gavin Anderson returning as quarterback. They have some continuity with that position. So we'll see if they air it out a little bit or if it's a mix of the run and the pass.
That drive was, as you said, a little bit of a message to the Flyers just to switch it up, I guess. So we're going to need to see the Flyers make some adjustments on the Pioneers' next offensive drive. So the Pioneers lining up to kick off.
Looks like Nathan Posh is kicking off for the Pioneers.
Looked like a bit of a squib there. Will be taken at about the 15. Looking for a hole there. Pretty good return. Oh, ball came out last second there. It looked like. Do you think he was down, though?
Yeah, it looked like it was recovered by the Flyers.
Either way, he got it back.
It was a nice return by Mark Hughes.
Mark
All right, here we go.
Hughes.
Let's see what the Flyers do on their first possession. I think
Gavin
it's-
Anderson will lead out the Flyers for the first offensive drive.
Sorry, Mac. I think that it's really important now that the Flyers respond.
Right, for sure.
Yep.
Especially with getting the ball at halftime.
Right.
It'd be better to just not fall behind. This game might be more about responding if they can't stop the wing T offense.
Flyers look to be lined up in their base 20 offense again with the quarterback in the shotgun.
Anderson takes a snap. It looks like a bit of a screen here. He'll get a first down. Much more.
Great play by Gavin Anderson and Mark Hughes there. Just a little swing pass to Hughes, and he picked up a quick first down there. Great play.
Looked like they spotted him at about the 50 there. Anderson back in the base 20. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right side. Anderson will send Hughes back in motion. Ball comes out on the snap. Anderson recovers. Bit of a setback for the Flyers there. Got to try and recover.
Yeah, those bobbled snaps are frustrating, to say the least, and not entirely uncommon this time of the year as teams are just starting to get into a rhythm and find themselves on offense in this case.
Looks like the nerves are getting a little bit to Anderson right now.
I don't know. That snap was just a touch high, so here we go.
Back in base 20, Hughes in motion to the left. Anderson's going to fire over the middle.
Good catch.
Looks like it's caught.
Good catch.
Fast Andy Sobiak.
Great catch by Eddie Sobiak. Wow, there was a battle for that football on
Yeah.
that play. That the defender almost came up with that football, but Sobiak held on until he hit the ground. Nice pass by Gavin Anderson again. He's been working with Coach Mitch Leidner a lot in preparation for the season. Coach Leidner played for the Gophers as a quarterback, and so Gavin has a really good mentor in him. And I know that they've been working on his footwork, which is super important for a quarterback. So it'll be fun to watch him.
Seems like he's getting loose in the pocket right now. Fakes the pass. It's a screen here. Going to get a good chunk of yards here. He'll
great
get
block.
the first down.
Great
What a
block.
block.
There he
Down the
goes.
sideline. The Flyers got a touchdown.
Hank LeClaire.
Wow. Hank LeClaire. What a play.
There for a Little Falls touchdown.
You
Matt-
pointed this out mid-play. That block was
It
just
was
incredible.
Outstanding. It was outstanding. That was just perfectly executed by the Flyers. I love watching plays like that. Number 60, who I'm having the hardest time finding on our sheet. There is no 60. I apologize. Whoever number 60 is made an outstanding block on that play that sprung LeClaire for the long touchdown.
For how big Hank LeClaire is, I did not expect to see those wheels on him.
Yeah, he can burn too.
What a play by the Flyers there. Here's the extra point. It's up.
Gabe Shanoff.
Okay, we're going to give credit where credit is due. Number 60 is Gabe Shanoff.
The kicker. too.
Yeah, he just made an outstanding block on that last play.
He makes the extra point there. So the score will be 8-7. Pioneers still have the lead, but that touchdown was an incredible response to the Pioneers' drive.
Just what they needed is a strong response. Now we'll see how both defenses make adjustments in their second opportunity.
I would love to see the Pioneers try to adjust to Hank LeClaire.
Yeah, right, right. You know, it's fun looking along the sidelines at both sidelines. You get to see the coaches interact with the players, and just a huge shout out to all the coaches who help out with athletics, in this case football. They just pour into these athletes, and it's fun to see them get fired up. It's fun to see the athletes respond to their coaching.
So as Gabe Shanoff will kick off for the second time here today, I'm just wondering if they can have a bit better, or I guess have adjusted to the wing T offense from the Pioneers. Super curious and excited to see them.
You know, Mac, I'm going to really be watching on this kickoff here. I'm going to be watching to see if our players stay disciplined in the lanes that they take on the kickoff.
Pretty
and
good
don't
kick
get
here.
and don't get bunched up.
Well, it's taken from the 8.
This is looking much better.
He is stuffed at just about around the 26, 27-yard
Yeah.
line. Will the Pioneers go to passing here, do you think, or just stick with running the football?
That's a really good question. I think what they're known for, we've been talking about it, is the wing T, and it's primarily a run offense. But when teams do pass, they usually try to catch the defense off guard so they can spring really big plays. So I'm anticipating a lot more running from the Pioneers.
So far, I don't see any reason for them to stop here. And they're going to go. The quarterback's going to keep it here on a fake. And looks like about a gain of 3 here. He'll be stopped around. Looks like they spot him at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Ben Borstead took him down there.
We were talking about him,
Yeah.
the coach evaluation.
Yeah, coach has been really, really impressed with Ben this year, and after that play, you can see why. What I like to see on that defensive play is it wasn't just Borstead who was coming to tackle.
Multiple people
Yep,
were ready to stop him.
They were swarming to the ball.
See if the Flyers can get another stop or keep them short here. Hand off, it'll go straight to the running back here. He'll be stuffed.
Barkley with the carry. Olsen with the tackle.
Man, Isaac Olsen just came up and blew that play up.
Quick and physical.
Yeah.
That's what Coach Bartos was talking about, that he likes off of defensive backs, safeties.
Yep.
He just likes to see physicality from his players.
He reminds me of a couple of players that I used to play with growing up, Bob Sandberg and Jeremy Stadham.
Little mini shout out there.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll go straight back to the run here. He looks short. First down marker's at about the 37-yard line. See where they spot him.
Oh, they gave him the first down. I thought that he was short too, Mac.
It looks short in my view. Joey Walensky had the tackle there. I know Joey Walensky personally from my math class. Really nice kid. He knows what he's doing. He's also my link leader this year because I'm going into my freshman year. First day, I'll be spending a lot of time with him.
We'll talk about your first day in just a little bit. You have to let us know how you feel.
Here's a run. It'll go to the middle.
Reese Young with the carry.
Young with the carry there. It seems like they're just fighting for every single bit of yards that they can on each play. Like, it doesn't seem to be like they're holding up at all. They're just getting as many yards as possible.
Yeah, this offense is really intended to wear defenses down because they just keep coming back to the same types of plays all the time. And to be honest, Mac, this type of offense kind of exposes the fact that we are definitely an athletic team, but we do not have what I would call a big front.
Right.
That was a great play.
Great defensive play from the Flyers there as we see a flag flying.
Walensky with the tackle.
Joey Walensky with his second tackle.
Flag on the play.
This was post play here. Personal foul on the defense. Automatic first down for the Pioneers.
I didn't really see anything on that play.
Me neither.
Mac.
Nothing looked.
It must have been maybe some words were said because I did not see anything flagrant as far as a hit goes. So
I
not
would
sure
love
what
to
that
know
was
what
about.
happened down there.
Yeah, same.
Well, doesn't change anything other than the Pioneers have a first down inside Little Falls territory here once again. Last time they were here, things didn't end up well for Little Falls. Let's see if they can stop this wing T formation.
Time to tighten up a little bit.
Right. And that's going to be Kyle Winsher, the quarterback for a little keep. Did he pick up the first down there? I believe so.
Yep. You know, the other thing about the wing tee, if for those who are watching, the purpose of the wing tee is to really scrunch and tighten up the formation and bunch people up on the line so it will open up the perimeter on the offense.
Coach Bartos spoke about how he is prepared to handle play action here in case they try to pull a surprise on them.
And I'm sure that they will. But with all of the success on running so far, they really don't have a reason to.
That caught me off guard. I did not see that coming. Reese Young.
That was a good carry by Young. He's a tough runner.
Once again, Olsen had the tackle there. He's stepping up. Walensky and Olsen are the two that I'm seeing pop up most often.
As much as Isaac Olsen is a great football player, I hope that we're not calling his name constantly for tackles tonight because that means that the running backs are getting into the defensive backfield.
Right. Love to speak about some of the names up front
Yes,
on the D-line. Of course, back in the wing tee. And this is going to go to the left. Gets a block. Fighting for yardage. And that'll be another first down for the Pioneers.
Mac, one of the things that is so impressive about the Pioneer offense is that it's a simple offense, but executed so well.
That makes it deadly.
You watch every one of their linemen has a hat on a defensive player. All of the lead running backs are taking out their assignment, it's just a really hard offense to defend against.
Seems like the Flyers are having troubles making adjustments to this. This one's going to go to the right side. Whoa, that was a heavy hit on 44 there.
Sobiek hit him hard.
That one's going to leave a mark.
You know, the other thing, too, that Coach Bartos talked about in relation to his team is that he has a lot of two-way players.
Right.
And so over time, with a wing T formation like this, how will the Flyers hold up for an entire game?
True.
Right? Because it's a ground and pound offense. So it'll be interesting to see how our team holds up over time.
In the viewer's eyes, I would look out for substitutions in between plays here. Pretty good tackle there. Doesn't look like enough to pick up the first. We're getting close, though.
I don't know much about Wincher from Piers, their quarterback, but he clearly is a confident young man, and being a senior, my guess is that he has some experience playing at the varsity level, and you can kind of tell that just by the way he carries himself and conducts the offense.
Hiding the ball well, too.
Yes.
All right, well, about at the 12 here. It's going to be handoff middle. What a tackle. Stop short.
You know, Jacob Vetter, that's the type of play that the Flyers really need, is they got to stuff up the middle and let their perimeter players do the rest of it. Utilize their speed and athleticism.
Right. Looks like that's the end of the first quarter here. So we'll pick up in the second quarter here. This is Flyer Media Productions. Thank you for watching and stay tuned. The score is 8-7. Pioneers with the advantage.
In 15 minutes, halftime show will be presented by
Well,
the Lindy's Dance.
the Pioneers now are 4th and 4 from what looks like the 11-yard line. This would be a really, really big stop for them at this point in the game.
Even if they decide to take the field goal, a touchdown's still going to take the lead for the Flyers.
Yep.
Do you see them going for it with how they're playing right now?
That's a tough question, Mac. I don't know.
I guess that's up to Danny Sayre.
My guess is that, I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like the Pioneers are going to go for it. They're not going to kick a field goal, and they're going to try to go for the first down.
Powerhouse bringing on the power.
It'll be interesting to see if the Flyers pull some of their players up toward the line to try to gum things up front and fill the holes. I'm really curious to see how this play goes. All right, here we go.
4th and 4, and they do go for it. They hit that ball very well. Did they get the first? I didn't even see, actually.
First and goal.
Yep.
First and goal.
Well, there's your answer, Mac. They went for it, they got it, and now they are right on the doorstep of another touchdown.
I definitely see the Pioneers putting this in the end zone right now
Yeah.
within a couple plays.
Unless there's a mistake of some sort.
I feel like the Flyers need to go for the ball here, try to get a strip or something, take them off their game. There's a bit of a cram at the goal line.
Yeah, they stopped them. Great job up front by the Flyers.
It's a great tackle there.
Tackled by a squadron of Flyers.
I would love to see the Flyers, again, crowd the middle.
Just
And-
don't let them
And
go
let
straight.
their perimeter and athleticism take over.
I'd let Isaac Olson and players, defensive backs, stay on the outside, try to guard that, and then
They're definitely sneaking up now.
try to have the big boy stay in.
Oh, another big play. There's a fumble.
A fumble. Who's got it?
Oh.
I hear some Flyer celebration.
Oh,
Third down.
They gave it back to the Pioneers.
Well, this is unexpected so far. I thought that they were going to be in the end zone
Yeah,
by
what a
now.
great stand. The guys up front are doing awesome right now.
The Flyers are giving them everything they got right now.
Alex Toma, Rylan Mickelson, Jake Dahlberg, Jake Vetter, Gabe Shanoff. They're just doing an outstanding job right now.
Hopefully they keep it up.
Timeout, Pioneers.
Timeout called by the Pioneers.
Well, Mac, what do you think they're talking about during the timeout right now? What do you think the Flyers are talking about?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It's tough. I'm trying to think in Coach Bartos's mind here. You would think that they would just try to stuff the middle, but I don't know.
I truly feel like that is what they have been trying to do. I don't know if you've noticed this, but pre-snap, our safeties, Olsen in particular, continues to crowd the defensive line, as do our linebackers. So I think that they're inviting the Pioneers to try to kick the ball outside, which to me would be a good formula for the Flyers because they are such an athletic, fast team.
So I just want to mention this right now. This would be one of the times where I could see the Pioneers faking them with the play action, getting them to commit to the run, send one guy to the outside, just go for a little short pass to the end zone.
I agree, Mac.
See what happens here. They're going to keep it the run straight up the middle, and it's a touchdown for the Pioneers.
With the touchdown.
It's bound to happen eventually. Reese Young for the touchdown. 14-7 Pioneers now as we check out the replay here. Again, they hid the ball pretty well. Just went straight up the middle.
You know, and to be honest, that was still a good play by the Flyers. I mean, he gained maybe 2 yards on that run.
That would not have worked on 3rd and 10, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, so they're going for 2 here, it looks
Going
like.
for 2 again. This would make it a 2-score game here. Flyers really got to do their best to stop this. Will be a handoff straight up the gut. Little scramble. Izzy in. Getting pushed. Looks like he's over. And the Pioneers will take the lead by 2 scores, 16-7.
You know what I found interesting about that play, though, Mac, is they have not given a signal yet, and I think they actually stopped. Oh, they gave him it. I think that's what they were debating. It looked like they stopped his progress, and it's kind of like the NFL where guys got behind him and start pushing him, but I don't think that's allowed in high school.
I think that should have been whistled earlier,
Yes,
to be honest.
I agree.
Looked like that he was stopped for a sec here.
He was.
It was only a matter of time before all those linemen just pushed him over.
Yep.
Well, it's not our decision here, so 16-7 Pioneers.
Mac, this is the formula of wing T offense right here.
That's
so
true.
The Flyers have had 1 possession on offense.
See, here's the part where you start to wonder, do you think that they should have taken the ball at the start instead of deferring to try and get the lead first and have an advantage?
My personal opinion is that you always defer to the second half. It's just good to get the ball at the start of the second half. It gives your offense an opportunity to go out and get their rhythm going and score on the defense right away. So, and it also gives your defense in the first half an opportunity to go out and make a statement by stopping the offense.
I'll tell you this, Dad, I'm sure you know, I'm a Madden player, and if I have the option to kick the ball off, I'm kicking it. So.
Yeah. You and your gaming.
Oh, little squib. Somebody's got to get up there. Be taken. Is that Hughes? About at the 35. Going to have some decent field position here.
Joey Walensky picked that up and got a few yards.
I got a little nervous there. Some Pioneers
I know.
were getting there before us. Thankfully, Walensky stepped up. Got the ball over to the 35.
I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed watching the Flyers on their first possession. I love watching passing offenses.
Same
And I
here.
love watching successful passing offenses. So
Like Hank LeClaire and Gabe
busting
Shanoff.
it. Yep, here we go.
See what happens. Gavin Anderson on his second drive here. I see that there's only one running back there with him. 4 wide receivers here. Quick pass. And that's going to be a pretty decent play here. Oh!
He breaks it. Go.
Duke!
Go, baby.
He might go all the way to
He's
the
going.
20, 15, 10,
He's going.
5. Touchdown Flyers!
Isaac Olson.
Isaac
What a
Olson!
play.
Unreal! And the Flyers respond instantly. Unreal.
So this might be the reason why the Pioneers are staying in the wing T. Look what happens when our offense gets on the field.
That was such a fun play to watch.
Awesome. You know, and again, just a simple play, a simple throw where Isaac just used his athleticism and broke it. The Pierz Pioneer player missed the tackle and he was gone. That's the advantage to running the type of offense that you do when you have 4 receivers on that play. It really spreads the defense thin, and everybody has to make their tackles. Walensky got stuffed a little bit there.
So the Pioneers will hold them on the 2-point conversion. Still, that shows you the difference between a passing offense and a running offense.
Exactly.
That quick of a play, they put 6 points on, and the Pioneers took about close to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long drive.
And almost got stopped, too.
Yep. This gets to Coach Bardos's feedback around, will his team hold up against an offense like this for 4 quarters?
Right.
It's one thing to do it for a quarter or 2, but when you have an offense that is running the ball so much, that is physical like Piers wants to be, that really takes it out on a defense.
It also wears out the offensive line, too, trying to block as much as possible, too.
That's true, and any offensive line that I've ever known, they love to
Action.
block. They love to block. Yep,
Just feeding the passion here.
that's right.
9 minutes and 47 seconds here till halftime. The score is 16-13. Piers with the advantage right now. The Flyers just came up short on a 2-point conversion. Isaac Olson had one of the nastiest juke moves I've seen in quite some time.
That was fun to watch.
Trying to get the crowd hyped up here. Shanoff, here's the kick.
Good kick.
Very good kick. Be taken from about the 12.
They got to stay in their lanes.
Uh-oh.
He's breaking up the middle.
That's about where the Flyers started off, just at the 36, 37-yard line.
The return, Borstad with the tackle.
Ben Borstad's name comes up once again
Yep.
with the tackle
I
there.
think we'll be hearing his name a lot this year. Looking at the Flyer crowd tonight, it's so fun to see students here enjoying the game. It's so fun to see just a really nice crowd to
The
take in
involvement.
this game tonight. Yep. What a great night for football.
Aiden Jones, it looks like that the Pioneers want Aiden Jones to have the ball more often than not on the kickoff because we see his agility, his way to find the hole.
Yep. And they're blocking it really well.
It's going to be a quarterback. Whoa! What a hit.
Wincher with the keeper, Olsen.
That's going to be Isaac Olson once again.
So again, you get to see our athleticism on the perimeter. This is why if we could block up, if we could gum up the middle of the field and force the Pioneers to go outside, you got players like Isaac Olson who go blow plays up. I wouldn't want to get hit by him on the perimeter, let me tell you that.
I mean, you just saw that hit right there. He got sent over to the
That
sideline.
Pioneer is going to think twice the next time he's out there.
If you can stop the middle, you have defensive backs on the outsides that are going to stop it. It's more about the middle.
They're up the middle again.
A little bit short of the first down there.
Patrick and Walensky with the tackle.
That was a nice tackle by Ivan Patrick there. Again, by the time we're tackling them, they're a couple yards down the field, and then they seem to drag us for another yard or two. Hopefully we can get some stops at the point of contact.
Right. Flyers have to focus on stuffing that middle here. It's going to be a handoff. 44's got it. Wow. Great tackle here. Will that force fourth down him?
Good hit. 58. Alex Toma had a great initial contact on that play. He really
You
hit
could
that.
see the tension just.
Yep, he really blew that play up.
Well, announcing this game, it's been a pretty fun game to watch so far, and for the viewer, I hope we're making it more enjoyable for you guys here as we enter fourth down. It looks like they're staying out on the field here.
It'll be interesting to see if the Pioneers actually go for it or if they try to draw the Flyers off on this play. There's a little bit of a risk, given what's happened on our offense, for them to go for it and not get it.
A field goal would tie the game for the Flyers, too, so this could be the turning point of the first half right here.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. So they were just working with the official there, running the play clock down as far as they could.
Trying to stop the
Pioneers
Flyers.
took a timeout, and we'll see now, though. Hopefully the Flyers are on their toes here because I still don't know what the Pioneers are going to do here.
Pioneers absolutely have to make an adjustment right now to stop the Flyers.
Yeah.
And being a Little Falls fan, I hope that they don't.
You and me both.
This offensive drive right here, they did call a timeout. I guess hopefully the Flyers do get the ball. But I think the next offensive drive for the Flyers is really going to show some true colors here about who can keep going throughout this game.
Yeah, maybe we'll even be able to sustain a drive too, rather than have those big home runs that we've had so far.
Right.
You know, I'll take whatever as long as we're scoring points.
Right.
I'll take it.
That's what the Pioneers have been doing all game, sustaining drives, going all the way till the end, and finishing strong. 8 minutes on the clock. Pioneers only got one timeout now.
Mack, they are going for it.
I am excited to watch this.
Looks like the Flyers are crowding the line here.
This
we'll
is
see if
definitely
the
a blitz.
Pioneers try to pull us off.
A little bit of motion here.
Oh,
they'll go straight up the gut.
Oh, it looked like they stopped him.
Oh,
and
ball
the ball
comes
came
out. And the play's called dead. It's the Flyers football. Wow. The Flyers get a stop, and this could be the turning point of the first half.
What an awesome play by Ryland Mickelson.
That was.
Watch this play, Mac.
We got to check
Look
out
at how
this
the
replay.
Flyers are crowding the
Gets
the
to the
front.
middle instantly.
Mickelson just blew that play up. He made that play.
Olsen came over with the finish.
Yep.
He's the one who
Just a
initially
great
knocked the
job.
ball out.
Great job.
And then,
That is a statement play. We'll have to remember that one.
right. And as we were talking about earlier, we're saying these guys' names up front more now instead
Yes.
of just Isaac Olsen doing all the work.
Yep.
I love to see that from the Flyers.
And who knows? It's a little bit difficult to tell from up here, but if that's an adjustment that the Flyers are making up front, maybe they're lining up on the different shoulder lines of the offensive linemen. I'm not exactly sure.
The scoreboard may say that the Pioneers are leading, but it doesn't feel like it right now. Anderson's going to take a deep pass.
Oh!
Here's Olsen! Olsen inside the 10 and a touchdown!
Yeah!
Isaac Olsen!
Oh!
Incredible!
Oh, boy.
Absolutely incredible! The home run plays keep coming for the Flyers, and they take the lead.
Man, that was just
Watch this
awesome.
replay.
That was awesome.
Olsen has him on the floor, makes a great catch inside the 15, and by then he was free.
Yeah, it looked like he took advantage of the fact that the Piers defender fell down.
Yes,
and
for sure.
My guess is that
He took his time to catch that ball.
And he deked him when he was making that break out of his on his route.
Absolutely incredible
Man, that was
play.
awesome.
And now Gabe Shanoff has got an extra point here. This is actually a pretty big kick. They're going to need this. It's up. And it is good. So now the Pioneers cannot tie this with a field goal here. (20-16) now, Flyers with the lead here. And as we're about reaching the halfway point here of the second quarter, they still have more than enough time to drive downfield with their wing T offense. But the thing is, they only have one timeout now. Keep that in mind if these runs start to get stopped.
Yeah.
And time starts to run.
You know what's been really fun to see is that, again, I am assuming that the Flyer defense has made an adjustment or two, because on the opening drive of the Pioneers, they were getting 5, 10, 15 yards a crack on their running plays. And you notice all of the yards now are very hard to come by. We are swarming the ball. We're making pretty quick contact right away that messes the play up. And
Right.
then swarming and tackling.
Their play has no chance to develop if we get to the middle quick enough. So, Dad, I'm going to point this out now. Let's see. I'm watching Aiden Jones on the Pioneers kickoff team right now.
He has had a few good returns.
Here's the kick. Shin off. Another pretty good kick. It's going to be taken all the way back at the 1. Aiden Jones will take it out.
Hit him.
Looks like we're getting close. He dekes him out, getting to the outside here. Across the 25 to the 30.
Hit.
Huge hit.
Good hit. Good hit by Gabe Shanoff.
Looks like he's down at about the 33-yard line.
I know that the Flyers would have liked to have stopped him back at about the 20, but man, Shanoff lit him up on the sideline.
They definitely had a chance too, but it was a great juke move.
Yeah. Good
Right
play
there.
by the Pioneers.
So here we go. Kyle Winsher will
I
lead
can
the
tell
Pioneers
that
out.
the defense has Coach Bartos' attitude.
Yeah.
They are hitters. He said they were going to be physical, and they are being physical. Love
Back
it.
in the wing tee. There's a little bit of a counter, trying to prepare for it. Oh!
Good play.
And Isaac Olsen's going to rip him back.
Carry Isaac Olsen with the tackle. Brings up.
See, we were just talking about this crowd the middle, and then the defensive backs can get to the outside. And Olsen is just going to show his physicality. He's looking like Brian Dawkins out there.
Yeah.
So fun to watch. Absolutely amazing to watch.
I can't exactly tell what people are seeing on the television right now, but hopefully it's pretty obvious how difficult it is to follow where the ball is in the wing tee. And one of the things that I appreciate about Piers is their stop for a couple-yard gain here is, do you remember when Coach Bartos, he talked about in the wing tee carrying out your fakes? Sometimes 10, 15 yards down the field, and there's that phrase with the wing tee, don't unwrap the package until Christmas. Right?
He mentioned that too.
Until you know you are gone, you do not let people know that you have the ball. And I still think that's one of the most difficult parts about this offense is the deception behind it. So impressive that the Flyers have made adjustments. Good on Coach Bartos as the defensive coordinator.
So I'm going to speak directly to the viewer here. Just look at how much this defense has improved from the first drive to now. As a run left side here, ripped down by Isaac Olsen. Looks like he's a little bit short here.
Boy, the Pioneers are faced with another tough decision here. It's 4th down again and about 2 yards, or about a yard.
So here's how I look at it from Danny Sayre's view.
Yep.
The outside runs are getting most of the yards. The middle is getting stuffed. If you're going to go for it, they either have to switch to a pass or go straight back to the outside and pound the ball.
I totally agree with you. I am actually really surprised that they have not tried to pass just a touch more.
Different formation here now. You got a little timeout. That's a Pioneers timeout. Out of timeouts now. I'm not sure if they meant for this to happen or not.
That was very interesting. But you're right, Mac. They're out of timeouts now, which is an advantage for the Flyers. I'm really excited to see the offense back on the field again.
Hopefully they can get back on the field right after this play. So Sarah is in the huddle with the team right now on the sideline. Did you see, though, that the Pioneers quarterback was in shotgun? I think that they were ready to throw the ball on that play.
You know, Mac, I actually think that they may have been in a punting formation there.
Serious?
Yeah, number 11 was their punter.
I did not see 11.
Although he was a little bit tighter than your typical punter is. Usually a punter's back a little bit further. They're definitely in punting formation now. So
I definitely did not
sign.
see him there.
Good sign for the Flyers to get the ball back.
Okay, I'm just going to bring it up now. I could see this snap going straight to that guy in the middle for a fake here. I believe I mentioned that to Coach Bartos with, like, pulling tricks on special teams.
Yep.
They got to be prepared for anything here.
I think it would be really dangerous to do that right now. Oh,
switching formation. Here we go. They are going for it. Back in the wing tee. Oh, the ball comes out. And that's going to be a stop. There's no way he's far enough. And the Flyers are hyped up on defense over there.
I got to be honest with you, Mac. I am really surprised by that call from the Pioneers.
I disagree with it personally.
Yeah, I do too. It just didn't seem like the right moment to pull something like that. But good on the Flyers for being ready for it.
That's all we care about, really.
Stuffing the front.
All right, Gavin Anderson's going to lead out the Flyers once again here. I have never been so excited to watch a high school offensive drive here. Here we go. Only one running back with him here. Anderson's going to hand it off. That's going to be a run here.
Good
More than
run.
enough for a first
Good
down.
run by Ivan Patrick. Mac, do you see with our offense? So this is an offense that showcases our athleticism. You do not have to be big. You do not have to be big to run this offense. You have to be skilled. And remember how Coach Bartos talked about all the skilled players that he has this year. They are certainly showing that right now.
Right. I let out a little chuckle there just because of how easily he just got through that defense.
Yes.
Ivan Patrick making it look easy.
And if you're the Pioneers, I mean, you have to maintain your assignment, get your assignment done. If you get beat, it's a big play.
Back in shotgun. This is going to be
Another
passed
good
to the left
pass.
side, and a dropped pass there. Would have been easily able to pick up the first down there.
You know, Mac, last year I remember watching Gavin Anderson play as a sophomore, and it's really cool to see how he has progressed in the position. His footwork is so much better this year.
Right.
I can tell that, one, that he's been working hard, and two, that he has really been getting coached up. It's impressive. His footwork on that play was awesome, and it was a great pass.
See what I see? I do see the footwork, of course. I fully agree with that, but I also see that Gavin Anderson doesn't look stiff in the pocket. Like, he
Yes.
looks so smooth.
Yep.
Going to be far to the left side. Great defense on that play. He wanted Olsen on the screen. Aiden Jones once again.
On that play, Gavin got a little bit focused on a single receiver. He had every intent of throwing to that receiver.
I believe that's
And
how it was designed.
It was designed, and that would be a good play where maybe you come off and you go to your second progression as the quarterback.
Right, because he seemed to be locked.
Yep.
Just locked up from the start of the play to the end. Aiden Jones had great coverage there. So 3rd and 10 here. We got about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. 20-16 Flyers. From the 30, Anderson looking to the left side. Didn't look like he had a great angle there to get that ball off.
Number 42 for the Pioneers just completely blew that play up. He got right into Anderson's throwing lane on that play. That was just an outstanding play by the Pioneers. Really good defensive
Game
play.
recognized game kind of moment there. See Gabe Shanoff there. Are they sticking out here?
Yeah, they're kind of in that tweener position where it's a little bit too long for a field goal, a little bit too short to punt. So this is probably a good move to go for it on 4th down.
Well, let's see what happens here. Anderson in their base 20. In motion.
Hughes.
Hughes to the left side. Got to make something out of nothing here. Doesn't look like he gets enough.
Anderson to Hughes.
He's stuck
I'm
at about
okay
the
with
26.
that. I'm okay with that. I think that was a good call. When you think about the kickoffs that the Flyers have had on pretty much each of the returns, the Pioneers started on like the 40-yard line.
35, 40.
Yeah, right now they're on the 25. So I think that's okay. I think it's okay to go for it there.
I'm going to bring this back up. If they're going to keep running the ball, there is 4 minutes and 15 seconds on that clock. No timeouts. The only thing they got is a 2-minute warning. They absolutely have to change something up here, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially running the ball because the clock continues to run
They
on
need a big
every
play.
single run. You're right.
And based on what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like that they have the ability
their
to get out of
first
bounds.
pass.
Play action. This
Oh.
is just a little bit overthrown. Could have been a big play here.
Hughes with the coverage.
You know, Hughes recovered quite well on that play. The ball was slightly overthrown by Winshire, but Hughes made a good job of recovering to make that a difficult play.
That was so close to
Yeah.
being a quick 10, 15-yard gain for the Pioneers. Just a little bit overthrown there. First pass of the game, so they are adjusting, it seems.
Watching that clock.
I'm predicting a run here, and I think the Flyers are going to stuff it.
Right up the gut. Great job.
That's a
Great
pretty good tackle
job.
there.
Yes.
They seem to be
Great
adjusting pretty
tackle
easily.
by Aiden Nordley.
Aiden Nordley saw
Those
that
are the types
really
of
easily.
plays where if you're the Pioneers, those are very frustrating because their bread and butter is up the middle.
And it got stuffed
Yep.
instantly. So now it's 3rd and 7 here. This is
Mack,
not an easy play.
You're right about those timeouts. They might come back and really
This
cause a
has to
problem.
be a pass right here, unless they're going for it on 4th, which is way too risky in my opinion. I think this needs to be play action for
I
them.
think you're right.
Yup, and it is.
Good call, Mack.
Looking for it's intercepted! A pick inside the 30 to the 27! What a play!
What a play by Jackson Jansky.
Jackson Jansky is going to get it right
Boom.
back for the Flyers.
Here's the replay.
As we see this replay,
Just-
read it perfectly.
So Coach Bartos talked about how heady his players are. They are smart players. That was a great play by Jansky there. Great play by Jansky. And now we're in scoring position just like that.
This is an absolutely amazing adjustment from the Flyers from their first drive up to now. I've seen so many improvements everywhere, across everything. And now Gavin Anderson's going to have a chance to put some points on the board as we have just a little over 3 minutes and 15 seconds here. Looks like he fumbles the snap, and it is out. Anderson's going to run to the left, trying to make something up here. He made back some of that loss there.
That was actually a pretty good recovery by Gavin Anderson. He could have just fallen on the ball there, and we would have lost probably 7 or 8 yards
Right.
instead. Looks like we only lost a couple of yards there.
So this is kind of like, it's on topic, but it just kind of involves the defense here. So last drive for the Pioneers, we saw Mark Hughes recover on that first play action pass. That's kind of like the same thing for them. It's just like they needed a recovery and they had it. So
Yes, agreed.
Anderson in their base 20, it looks like.
You know, to Pierz'
Flag
credit,
timeout.
Isaac Olson has had a couple of really big plays. What they have done to adjust to that is when Isaac Olson, and in this case, number 13, Eddie Sobiek, when Eddie Sobiek and Isaac Olson go line up in twins right, what you'll notice is they don't just have the two cornerbacks out there. They've actually rolled the safety over that side too to give additional support.
So we
Pierz,
can see the adjustments on
yeah,
Isaac Olson.
Piers has made an adjustment on that as well. You know, Mac, I feel, you know how we were supposed to be on the other side of the field?
Yeah.
The best part about being up here is we get to be by Mr. Holy, Mr. Sheck, and Mr. Kaluza.
Right.
It's like the best part of the game.
Huge shout out to them.
That's right. Huge shout out.
All right, Dad. I'm looking at one person right here. It's Hank Leclerc.
He has been pretty quiet.
I think
since
that this
the
is
big play.
I think it's time for him to get some action here.
Is that a
make
call,
a big
Mac?
play. Yes, it
Are you
is.
making a call? Okay. Here we go.
James told me I had beginner's luck in my first softball game.
Well, we'll
Let's see if it's still here.
We'll see.
I'm watching Hank Leclerc here. It will
You
go
called
to
it.
Leclerc.
Look at this.
Right side.
Look at
It is
this.
still going. 15-10 inside the 5 to the 4. Hank Leclerc, first and goal, Flyers.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Now that's just perfect beginner's luck.
Beginner's luck is right. But what a call.
Awesome play
What a
by
call.
Leclerc.
Yep. He's such a good runner.
He's
You know,
so quick for
and-
his size.
And kudos to his blockers, too, because he didn't make that just on his own. He had good blocking out in front of him,
Just
too.
like the first play.
Yep, exactly.
Anderson in his base 20. It's going to go to Leclerc. Up the middle. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Hank Leclerc.
Hank Leclerc for his second touchdown of the game.
So do you think Coach Bardos just said, all right, enough is enough.
We're pounding
we
the
are gonna
rock.
pound the ball up front, because that's just what happened on these past couple plays.
26-16 Flyers now. They're proving to be the dominant team.
Wow, that was really outstanding. Great job by the front of the Flyer offensive line. Just impressive. Impressive.
This is just so fun to watch, being a Flyers fan. Shanoff for the extra point. It's up and good. 27-16 Flyers here. Just inside 2 minutes here. And now, again, this is going to come up again. Piers has no timeouts. None.
So, a couple things can happen here. One, obviously Piers can pass.
Right.
Two, Piers can choose to run, but the Flyers have timeouts. We can burn up our timeouts and try to get the ball back and maybe go for a big play or two.
This is what I see happening here. I'm going to make another call.
Oh, jeez.
So it's going to be just a normal kickoff here. It's going to be just stopped at the 30, and I just see Piers trying to run it down as much as possible, seeing how deadly our offense has been. I see them just try to run it down, and then, of course, the Flyers are going to use our timeouts. I just don't see another offensive score from us. I see that being the last score of the half. Unless something crazy happens on special teams, I guess.
Well, here's what I can tell you, though, Mac, is I guarantee you the coaches on the Flyers side are thinking score, score, score.
I'm thinking
score,
about Coach
score.
Bartos, like what he would say.
Exactly.
I will
They're
say,
gonna-
Gabe Shanoff has been a pretty impressive kicker. He's not been bad at all for the Flyers. Kicking off 27-16
No,
Flyers.
Gabe is a really good kicker.
Aiden Jones once again. He'll take it
Gotta
out.
stop him. Oh, great play.
tackle. That's Mark Hughes once again.
Man, talk about showing up on special teams. Way to go.
Let's see.
I know we still got time left in this half, Mac. What I'm thinking about is how we're going to respond in third and fourth quarter. We got a lot of guys going two ways. Are we going to hold up to this?
Here's the thing. I think stopping the Pioneers here is the number one thing that needs to happen, because this came up earlier in the first quarter. We get the ball
Yep, you're right.
to start the third quarter. That's what's
Other
huge
stuff.
about this.
They're going to be using their timeouts.
They're trying to run it down.
They just use their...
Hey, Dad, I'll tell you now, my call's looking pretty accurate right now, don't you think?
Yeah, except the Flyers are not using their timeouts quite yet.
That doesn't really surprise me. I think they're trying to get it to the half, get the ball back, and start pounding it even more. I think this is just going to come down to Piers running down the clock. We'll go left side here. Gets to the...
Oh!
Isaac Olsen
Man.
and Hank Leclerc teaming up. How terrifying does that have to be as a running back, seeing Hank Leclerc and Isaac Olsen running straight at you in full force?
That is the advantage right there of stuffing the run in the middle.
Forces them outside instantly.
Them outside, and then they have to face those dudes out there. Not fun.
Just, I don't know what I'd do as a running back trying to get through that. Well, to be fair, there's nothing you can really do.
Right.
Third down here. Looks like it's straight up the middle. Will they take a timeout here? It doesn't sound like it. Oh, here it is. There is a timeout. I believe they still have one more, correct? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe they have one more.
So 4th and
Now,
2.
if you're the Pioneers, you have to punt the ball here. You have
Or you
got
can,
to-
of
you've got
course.
to punt the ball.
Of course, if they go for it here and don't get it, that's going to be the biggest mistake that they've
Yeah.
made the whole game. So it looks like,
Well, if you
Just
came
discussing
to
what they
see
wanna
a if you came to see a fun football game, tonight's the night.
yeah, we're having it. Both teams have put the ball in the end zone, so either side, fans have got to go away, win or loss, at least having watched a good football game.
Good crowd here tonight. Piers, of course, always travels well, and so there's lots of red here and lots of purple. Looks like the Pioneers are in punt formation. So we'll see what the Flyers do on the return here.
I don't think they're going to try to pull any shenanigans this time.
Hughes is back deep.
Hughes at the return is a great choice, in my opinion. Here's the punt.
Come up.
Kind of a weak punt here.
Oh, boy.
Hughes is
He's
going
got to
to...
return.
He'll
He's
get to
gotta
the
return.
50, inside the 45 to the 40, tackled out of bounds. 13 seconds here. 13 seconds, one timeout.
I think, you do a quick play here, maybe a
10 yards.
10-yard,
Take a shot.
get out of bounds, and then let Gavin take a shot to the end zone. You send Isaac Olsen down there along with a couple of other receivers. Just put it up and let the best man win.
So here's the thing. Where would you think that field goal range is for Gabe Shanoff?
That's a good question, Mack. For a field goal, I think it'd be pretty tricky to do it in this amount of time, but I'm thinking maybe the 20-yard line for Gabe.
Got it. Here's Anderson.
Oh,
Tosses it to the right. Here's Hank Leclerc. Straight up the gut. About to the 34. They stop the clock with 7 seconds.
yeah, now I think, I to be honest with you, I don't know how far Gavin Anderson can throw the ball, but for me, I would give him an opportunity to throw it down to the end zone.
I agree fully.
Who knows? Maybe we draw a defensive pass interference, which would
Get
not
another
end
play.
the half. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think in the mind of Coach Bartos here. He seems like a guy that would totally take a shot here. Like totally tell Anderson, do what you need to do to try and get it to the end zone, don't you think?
I think so. I believe Coach Watashik is out there as the offensive coordinator, and my guess is they are going to take a shot wherever Isaac Olsen is on the field. Guarantee you that there will be double coverage on him, so he might have to think about maybe Gavin will look off the single safety and throw the other way. We'll see.
So I see Isaac Olsen and Aiden Jones lined up on the left side here. Play action.
Yep, he's going to throw it. Let
Scrambles out of the pocket to the left. Fires over to Olsen. Caught. Did he get out of bounds? He won't try to get out of bounds.
And that's the half.
That'll end the first half. Well, absolutely awesome game to watch so far and call.
Don't go anywhere. We have.
Yeah, I mean, it's an impressive half for the Flyers, leading 27-16 at halftime. Both teams, I'm sure, are now going to go in and regroup, and we're going to take a look at some of the replays from earlier in the half.
Actually pretty excited to watch this.
Here's the Pioneers' first scoring drive. This is when they were kind of running all over the Flyers.
After the amazing kickoff return.
Yes. Yep. And then we made some adjustments. And then
so here's Hank Leclerc's huge response.
You know, talk about a kid who can just pull away when he goes the distance. I mean, when he hits the open field,
he's gone.
He's gone. And here is the Pioneers' second touchdown.
Little fake straight up the gut.
Just ground and pound. And then here is the fourth down. I'm sorry. This is Isaac Olson's big.
This was
play.
so fun to watch.
What's so fun to watch about this is how, again, he just pulls away from people.
Right.
And this was the big stop. This, I felt like, turned the game right
This
here.
was the turning point here. You can see Olson come over, knocks
Just
that ball
awesome.
out too.
Put your hands together.
And then this is the third touchdown. Again, who are we looking for? Isaac Olson, defender.
Took his time to catch
gets his
it.
feet caught up, and the rest is in the books. And this is the fourth down stand again for the Flyers.
That was the fake, right?
Yeah, poor exchange.
Right.
Got to question that call by the Pioneers. And then here is the big interception by Jackson Jansky.
He
Boom.
read that so well. He came back
Again,
off
just
the
an
line.
Awesome play. Great discipline.
Great athlete there.
And that's the half. Fun half, huh, Mac?
What a fun half to watch, announce. I cannot wait to see the second half of football. Watch Gavin Anderson try to work around that defense and see if the Flyers can maintain their defense against the wing T formation.
Well, Mac, one of the things I learned about was where the seniors got the opportunity to be tackled by their mom. There's going to be a segment now where our audience gets to watch what happened this week.
This is going to be your comedic relief here, but well, this is Flyer Media Productions. Huge shout out to the voice team, Audio Works, Mark Deal. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Stay tuned for the second half. The Flyers lead the Pioneers 27-16.
Here with head coach Joe Bartos. And Joe, tell us about this little activity that you have going on tonight.
It's called Moms Tackle. We started this last year. Hopefully it's a continuing tradition where we give our senior moms the opportunity to go ahead and tackle their kids. These moms have been bringing these boys to this football field, for some of them since they were 9, 10 years old, and this is just kind of an opportunity for us to give them a chance to tackle their son. There's probably a few times where they've wanted to do that in their lives and they haven't been able to, so now here's their shot.
Great. Thanks, Joe.
Balin Larson, Beth Larson.
Hi, my name is Jacob Vetter. My mother's name is Gina. I play O&D line. Sobiek, receiver. That's my mom, Amber Sobiek.
Eddie's getting Eddie put the malt guard in, he was scared.
I'm Hank, I'm an RB. My mom's name's Lindsay.
Malt guard in, don't forget malt guard in. Step in first, Hank. Really? He's done. Oh, gee! Oh, gee! There was actually some speed there. Thanks, Andrew. Just on the line. Chop block.
What's your mom's name?
Oh, my mom's name is Jessica. He's done. Here we go. Hard. Shoot.
My name's Isaac Olson, wide receiver. My mom's Sarah Olson.
Alright, I'm Gabe Shanoff. I play defensive end, and that's my mom, Julie. I'm Mark Hughes. I'm defensive back, and my mom's name is Jill.
Let's go, Jill! Woo! Let's go, Jill! Let's go! Way to sell it.
My name's Ben Borsted. I play linebacker, and that's my mom, Jen Borsted.
Go, Ben. Oh! Let's go, Jen. Yeah, Jen.
Riley Platek, defensive back. My mom's name is Nikki.
Come out for a play.
Welcome back, everybody, to Flyer Media Productions here. So, first half went pretty well for the Flyers. Started off kind of slow, but then we just took control of the game over the next, quarter or so.
Oh, on the TV, yep. Now you can see it.
So, Dad,
Oh my goodness! You've got to be kidding me.
I have a question.
That
So,
cannot be. That cannot possibly be a live shot.
oh no,
Mr. Sheck, I don't know.
Throwback Thursday.
Be very grateful you're one of my teachers. I love it. That's awesome. Oh, you were saying, Mac?
So, I have a
Sorry.
question. What do you think went well in the first half for the Flyers?
For me, we knew that the Flyers were going to be an athletic team. They've shown that.
Competitive,
What
too.
we didn't know is if they were going to be able to make adjustments on the defense. They have definitely made adjustments, and they have made it really difficult for the for the Pioneers to move the ball in the first half. So, for me, in the second half, this is all going to be about how does Piers respond now? What's their go-to?
Right.
They've tried to pass a little bit. That hasn't gone so well.
Unsuccessful.
They've been starting to get stuffed, running the ball up the middle. They've started to get stuffed. When they run outside, the plays get blown up by our
Olsen,
athletic
LeClaire,
safeties.
bang.
Yep. And so I think what's going to probably happen is if the Flyers continue to play that they are, we're going to have a great half. Now is when our two-way players
hybrids
we're going to figure out how much the first half took out of them, because again, we have a lot of two-way players, and so did they get beat up a lot during the first half, and do they have strength and endurance to make it through the second half? I think that's going to be the what we need to watch in the second half.
I think these first 3 or 4 drives from both teams are going to show the viewer and everybody here how the rest of the game is going to go.
Yep.
Because it's going to be tough to make these late game adjustments to change everything. Because the Flyers seem to have figured out the wing T formation, but we'll see if they can keep up, like you just said, stamina getting just pounded every single play. And so, Dad, I have one more quick question. Who are the upcoming opponents for the Flyers?
Well, we have a really interesting schedule this year in that our away games are a long ways away. As an example, our next game on September 8th is in, East Grand Forks.
I remember Coach Bartos talking about that.
Our schedule is really different this year. And, Coach Bartos did mention that our away games, I think the average distance away is 3 hours. So lots of travel. But hopefully we've got great opponents this year and that we can put together a good record and build upon our playoff win last year that happened against the Apollo Eagles.
That was really fun to watch last time.
It was very fun to watch.
Hopefully those travel times keeps the players fresh too. And Coach Bartos talked about the fact that, of course, they're going to make some stops along the way to just get stretched out, make sure that they're loose and not just pull something mid-game. So.
Well, we know that they like to have fun because Coach Bartos talked a little bit about some of the fun that they've had with the boys in the swimming pool. You may recall the fun picture he shared with us of Joey Walensky doing a backflip into the pool. And
it's actually a pretty good picture, too.
Yeah, it is. So my assumption is that they'll try to break up the trips a little bit.
Make them more enjoyable.
Yeah, and just make sure that the players enjoy themselves as much as possible.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get back to some football right here, as it seems like that things are just being figured out along the sidelines. And the Flyers will receive, which is that thing. That's the thing that's been coming up several times. That the Flyers now have the advantage because they did their work on defense and offense, and now they get the advantage of deferring at the start of the game.
Yeah, it's really easy to see why teams choose to defer because in this case we're up, so we get the opportunity to come out and try to score again right away. And even if we were down, again, it puts you in a position where you actually can put points on the board.
And come back from that.
Rather than start on defense. So
Right.
let's see what the Flyers can do here as they get an opportunity to go on offense again.
It's just stayed a beautiful, beautiful night for the audience and the crowd. So good football. Let's
Here we
do
go.
this. Starting off the second half, kicking off, bit of a squib here. Taken up at the 35, trying to
Walensky.
get to the left. Joey Walensky is going to get all the way up to the 38 there.
I really like watching Joey run. He's clearly
Shifty.
he's clearly a really special athlete and quick. If he ever hits a hole, he's gone.
Reminds me of Hank Leclerc too,
Yeah.
from what we've seen.
Yeah.
I just don't know how oh my gosh, I don't know how it's possible to stop that man. So, Gavin Anderson will lead out the Flyers here for, I believe, I want to say 5th or 6th offensive drive. And starting right back in that base 20 formation. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. That's going to be Walensky on the right side. He's going to cut it up along the sideline and out of bounds around the 45 inside Pioneer territory.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mac, I think that is going to come back. I think that there's a little bit of a motion penalty on the Flyers there, but we'll see. Oh, a holding call
Against
the Flyers.
Flyers.
And then
So
a
that is
false
gonna come
start.
back.
There were a couple of different penalties. So just in general, not a great play. Kind of ruins Walensky's nice run there after
He had
the
a
catch.
great play, too, so it's going to be taken back a little bit.
You know, when you're talking about like how this half could go, these are the types of things that can really determine how a game goes too. Like, are the Flyers going to play clean football? Are they going to stay away from penalties? And same for the Pioneers. Are they going to play clean football? Hopefully this is just a one and done, and we'll get back to playing good football here.
That would be ideal. So that holding call is about 10 yards back, right? 1st and 20 now it should be.
They took a motion penalty, actually, or a false start, so it's a 5-yard.
Got it. 1st and 15 then. Walensky in motion once again. Anderson gets rushed quickly, trying to escape, and he'll just throw it out of bounds here to escape a sack here.
Boy, you get to see how athletic Gavin Anderson is on that little scramble there. He's quick. That play got blown up really, really fast. There's lots of pressure up the middle from the Pioneers.
I'm pretty sure I saw number 75 for the Pioneers there just instantly with Anderson. Thankfully, Anderson is quite the quick, shifty quarterback, so he got out of there pretty quick.
Well, and it's very clear the Pioneers are not going to roll over.
Yeah.
They've got way too good of a program. They are going to continue to fight all game long, and so hopefully the Flyers do the exact same thing.
2nd and 15, Walensky in motion once more. It'll be up the middle to Leclerc. Leclerc trying to break free. I think he made back that false start
He did.
yardage, but now it's going to be about 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10.
What is so special about a runner like Hank Leclerc is that players actually were going for his legs there, which they should be doing, and yet he's still breaking tackles. So you go high or you go low on Hank Leclerc, and he is just difficult to bring down.
So when they go up, it's like Hank wins that, but when they go down, it seems like it's a 50-50 almost.
Yep.
Walensky in motion once more. Anderson fakes that. It's going to be a screen, and he just overthrew him.
You know, that's unfortunate that they didn't make that play, because from my vantage point, that could have been a huge play.
I saw so many blockers, and that's Hank Leclerc, too.
And that was the play that they ran in the first half that Leclerc had the long run and touchdown on.
Seemed like that they were trying to repeat their success here. Are they going for it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Joey Walensky will be punting, it seems.
Piers has 2 players back to receive.
He's going to roll out and then punt.
That play. Oh,
what a
great
play from the
catch
Flyers.
by number 11. That was a great catch.
That
by
was
number 11.
saved by number 11 on the Pioneers.
Mac, did you see how he caught that ball
Over his shoulder,
shoulders?
yeah, and still made something
Yeah.
out of it. That's a great play by the Pioneers. What's the flag here?
My guess is that the Flyers may have been downfield before
Illegal.
Walensky kicked the ball.
All right.
Yeah, they called a motion penalty.
Not surprising. Does that add to their return, or is that just nothing?
They declined it.
Oh, okay, got it. Alrighty, well, here we go. Kyle Winsher, quarterback, is going to lead them out for their drive. This is a huge moment for the Pioneers. They need a touchdown or points at least. It is a 11-point game here, so a field goal would make it a one-score game with the 2-point conversion here. So points are needed no matter what.
Again, definitely not the way that the Flyers wanted to start the first half, but here's their opportunity to step up on defense and get a quick stop from the Pioneers.
Wing T back out once again. 1st and 10. Of course, it'll be a handoff. Oh, it's a keeper. Wow, that's a great play by the Pioneers there.
Winsher's definitely a good player for the Pioneers at quarterback. Mac, I don't know if you noticed this, but again, the wing T's a deceptive offense, and you notice how Winsher held the ball on his hip. As a defender, you're trying to find where that ball is.
And that
it's
works
essentially
super
hidden.
well. That's got to be so tough being a defender right there. Well, they had a successful first play here. Looked like a gain of 13 and more than enough for a first down. 1st and 10 once again here. Winsher fakes it, and then that's the counter. Great tackle by Isaac Olsen there. Looked like a gain of 3 or 4.
You know, if you're the Pioneers, you got to not run at Isaac Olsen.
Yeah. They went right in his direction.
Yep.
He saw that instantly and stopped.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen Isaac Olsen miss a tackle yet at all today. They're going to give him 2 yards on that carry, so 2nd and 8. A little over 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Let's
Course
see if
back in the wing tee.
Flyers can get some push up front here.
I'm ready to see them pass right here.
Oh,
stuffed! Absolutely
Shanoff
stuffed.
blew that play up.
Gabe Shanoff makes that defensive play. He's
Great
hyped
play
up about
by
that.
Gabe. That was a great play by Gabe. Well done. That's just what the Flyers need. Now we're
That
third
is
and long.
ideal scenario there for
Yep.
the Flyers. And I don't think they got anything out of that. No, that was blown up. 3rd and 8 now. This is going to be tough. Okay, this is what I see from the Pioneers. They're going to try to get close to that first down marker. They have to go for it here.
Is that what you're thinking?
For sure. Guaranteed. I think they absolutely have to get points this drive. Make a statement.
Oh, another.
Blown up.
Man.
He got enough yards, though. Not for the first, but enough yards to make it within range to go for it. Dad, I don't know if you noticed.
Did you just see that play again? Borstead has been doing this all game long. That was another huge play by Borstead. They didn't stop him immediately.
It slowed him down
Borstead
enough.
got that hit on them so they could swarm and tackle
It's the
runner.
initial hit
Yep.
that's been
Yep.
making this. So I don't know if you noticed. This is another one, again, where it's almost like too short to punt, also
Yes.
too long to kick, so it makes sense to go
it's
for
a
it.
little bit in no man's land for the high school.
4th and 5.
Maybe Greg Joseph from the Vikings could kick a field goal from here.
And it's wide right.
Yeah. Big play for the Flyers here. Let's see if they can stop them.
4th and 5. Winsher, of course, with the wing tee.
We're trying to draw the Flyers off.
Is this a timeout?
Delay a game.
Delay of game. They're trying to punt this, aren't they?
I think they'll probably end up punting. They definitely tried to pull the Flyers off there. Winsher went with the hard cadence there as a quarterback, and the Flyers did an awesome job of
resisting
staying in their position and not moving.
See Mark Hughes back once again. I don't think that they're going to try to pull anything here. That delay of game set them back far enough. There's the punt. Bit of a sky-high punt. This
Short
is not
punt.
going to be very good.
Scatter away from that.
They're going to touch that about the 22. So here's where I know we were talking about sustaining drives for the Flyers. Here's where home run play is going to be amazing no matter what.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mac. And the other thing that can be a bit challenging about the Flyers offense is that definitely some home run hitting plays. And because they pass so frequently, the drives can be over really quick.
Right.
And so let's hope that the Flyers get a couple of quick hitters here so they can get a first down or a couple first downs.
I think they want like a medium kind of pass here, not too short, but
there it is to Olsen again.
Olsen breaks the tackle.
Man, he's
just
tough
fighting
to bring
for
down.
yards.
Tough to bring down.
He doesn't look like, I will say, he doesn't look like he'd be that much of like a physical force. I don't know. He's proving to just be one of the most dominant players on the Flyers right now.
Yeah, clearly a very, very good football player.
He got a gain of 7 there, so it'll be 2nd and 3. 6.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter.
Flyers line did a really nice job of giving Gavin Anderson time to throw there.
3 receivers on the right side. This is going to be a handoff to LeClaire. LeClaire's going to pick up the first down. LeClaire's still fighting. Almost to the 40, but more than enough for a first down. And the Flyers will stay alive here.
Once again, like great play by Hank LeClaire, and it was made possible by
the
really
blockers.
good blocking by the offensive line.
You know, with Coach Bartos, he didn't speak too much of the offensive line, but it's actually proving to be pretty good right now.
He talked about how athletic they were. He said that they're undersized, but they're athletic, and that's proving to be true here. They're creating little seams for people like LeClaire to run through.
I feel like on that incompletion right there, I feel like Olsen was anticipating a hit, and it kind of got to him. I don't know.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was ready to make his move before he got the ball in his
like
hands.
I don't know. He like made a little bit of like a hop before he actually caught it. I'm sure he wants that one back right now. I think he'll make up for it, though.
It was a nice throw by Gavin.
Right. 2nd and 10 here. 2 receivers on each side. Anderson looking for a pass. It's going to be a quick one.
Jansky
can't get much out of that, though. So it's going to be 3rd and long once again.
You know, Mac, as there's a Pioneer down on the field who is hurt. Hopefully he is okay. As you watch that play there, the good part about what's happening with the Flyers right now is that, again, they got a first down.
Right.
Clock continues to run down. Time keeps coming off of the clock, which they need to do. They've got to sustain drives because Piers is going to eat up clock with the way that they're
running the football. Man, I really hope this player's okay on the field right now. Don't believe we have a name for who that is.
You know, one of the things that I appreciate so much about football now that didn't happen when I played football is I love how both teams take a knee.
The respect.
When there is a hurt player on the field. Football is a violent sport and a difficult sport, and so I love to see the respect that is shown by both teams. Good. Number 56, he hopped up. He's going to be okay.
Every player on that field knows what it's like to get hurt.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm going to look for a name here. That looks like Derek Baki.
All right, here we
Play
go.
will resume here. Clock is running. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter here. Flyers up 27-16, 3rd and 7. Anderson back in shotgun. Looks like Walensky is with him right now. That's Jansky coming across. 3 receivers stacked up. That's going to go to Jansky once again.
Catch.
What a catch. That's
good
a first
catch.
down. That's a first down. That is such a good play by the Flyers to maintain their drive.
So that was definitely Gavin Anderson's first progression, but it was definitely the right place to go with the football. Jansky ran a really good route out of the backfield there.
This is different from that wide receiver screen with Olsen, where like it was the first call, except he made the right decision this time.
Yep.
Clear improvements by the Flyers offense. Anderson back in shotgun once again. Pressure's getting to him, getting to the outside, and that's going to be a holding call on the Flyers.
Yep, it is.
I'm pretty sure everybody on the field saw that one.
You know, that's one of those plays where instead of letting your quarterback get blown up, one of your offensive linemen will
take a penalty.
Will hold. And good on the Pioneers.
Got a full house up there. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Fun game to call.
So that holding call is probably going to set him back about 10 yards.
Yep.
Be 1st and 20 now. The good thing is that still kind of a setback here for the Flyers, but it is first down. So,
Mac, no matter what game I'm watching, when a 10-yard holding penalty happens, I just think about the Vikings.
Yeah.
I just think about the Vikings.
Prime Garrett Bradbury.
Yeah.
Oh, high snap. Anderson's going to recover. He's scrambling out of the pocket, and it looked like he just ran out of bounds there. Not looking good for the Flyers right now. It's a good recovery, though, by Anderson to make that better than it could have been. I don't know if that was a loss of yardage or not. Trying to see what's going on right now. Sorry for the mix-up here.
Mac, you know it's a good night when Mr. Bjorgi comes up and joins us in the booth for a few minutes.
That's how you know something has to be going right.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 25 now for the Flyers. I expect this ball to go to LeClaire and see if he can make a big play.
Yeah, it would be a good time to throw a run in there.
Well, they're going to stay away from that. Oh, the comeback route. It looked like Gavin Anderson threw that a little bit early.
Yeah, that was to Bobby. I personally, I would have liked to have seen a run right there, given how long of a distance the Flyers have to go here.
It has been their running game has been fairly successful too.
It has been, and
I feel like they could have been set up better.
The other thing too, Mac, is when they run the ball, that clock is going to keep running. Right?
I just disagree with that play call.
Yeah,
right there. Well, 3rd and 25. Anderson back in the pocket. He'll take a shot downfield.
Oh, that's got to be interference.
That's got to be pass interference. I don't see a flag. That's a missed call.
Wow. Isaac Olsen basically got tackled on that play. I do feel like the officials missed a call there.
I didn't see any officials actually looking at the play there, so wow. That's going to I'm sure that some of the crowd is talking about that in the stands right now, being frustrated.
It's very easy to tell what the coaches think when something like that happens. There was quite a bit of animation on the Flyer sideline. But here we go.
Punting team's back out. Walensky punting for, I believe, the 2nd time. He'll roll out once again. It's a great play. Great punt down there.
Hit him.
Trying to stuff him. He's going to get to the outside.
Oh, good play.
Great tackle.
Good play again.
Trying to see that number. Oh, is he down?
It looks like, I feel like that is 60.
Gabe Shanoff. Ooh, is he down?
It looks like he's got a cramp. Mac, do you remember when we were talking in the beginning of the game about
resistance,
two-way players going? Anytime you see players getting cramps, it gives you an idea that maybe their fluid intake needs to go up, but it's also just an indication of running out of a bit of steam.
Right. So this reminds me of a time when the Vikings went into overtime and they just didn't have enough juice left in them, and multiple players were getting cramps on the field. It's just happening a bit earlier for the Flyers, sadly, but Gabe Shanoff is a really good player, too.
We just keep bringing up bad memories about the Vikings.
Greg Joseph.
All right, good. Shanoff is okay. Just clearly has a cramp.
He's a great player, so I'm glad he's okay. So 1st and 10 here for the Pioneers, situated about at the 40-41 yard line. Maybe just right in between. Expect to see more of the wing tee, of course. I don't think that they're going to back down from it.
At some point, and it's probably too early for it, the Pioneers are going to have to look to the pass.
For sure, I agree. They won't do it now, as it's going to be a run straight to the right side. Looked like about a gain of 7, if I had to guess from up here.
What's interesting about this to me is every single time that the Vikings get pressure right away at the point of contact or handoff, the play stops quickly.
Yeah.
If they don't get pressure, man, Piers will rip off.
That's what just happened right
5
there.
to 10 yards.
This is going to be a quarterback keeper. I actually saw that pretty well, and LeClaire's going to put him right down with just a little shove. Man, so the Pioneers are looking similar to their first drive right now, just pounding the rock.
This is the time of the game where offensive lines really like to take it out on defensive lines.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's where that pounding of the entire game starts to add up over time. So Flyers need to really dig deep here.
I'm looking for those two-way players right now, trying to
there's plenty of them.
Keep some guys fresh. A little motion on Aiden Jones. This is play action. He's going to take a shot downfield.
Oh, good defense.
Great defense.
Oh, got picked.
It might have got picked. Olsen's running back. Olsen across the 50. He'll cut back in on the right side. Running back. Olsen's still going. Olsen.
He's gone.
To the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Looks like he's down at the 1. What happened? I see 3 flags on the field.
Unfortunately, Mack, one of the Flyers, I think, did an illegal crackback block.
Legal block in the back?
On a Pioneer. Unfortunately,
that's going to set him back.
That player is hurt right now. You see that sometimes on plays that have a big directional change sometimes. It sets up defenders to just get nailed by players, and it's really easy for the excitement of the moment to cause something like this, and the player makes a poor decision.
So back at like about the 20-25, did that for sure get picked?
Yes.
I'm trying to see what happened there.
Yep, it for sure got picked.
I think it's one of the players kept it up, and then Olsen just ran away with it.
Potentially, I'm not sure if we can get a replay again on that play, but that was definitely quite the play by our defense, keeping that ball in the air so that Olsen could intercept it in the end.
Aiden Jones almost made one of the most incredible catches I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
He got up there, almost had it.
So it's great to see that Pioneer player get up.
Yeah.
I don't think that he might not be back in the game, given that it's a head injury. That was a personal foul on the Flyers for an illegal crackback block.
57-yard penalty.
Tough to watch. So does that, excuse me for my football penalty knowledge, does that take away the interception, or does that set us back?
It does not take the interception away, but Mack, wherever the penalty occurs on the field,
they get set back to that point.
They get 15 yards from that point. And so the Flyers are going to start off from the Pioneers' 43-yard line instead of the 1 yard line.
Oof.
So it's actually more than a 15-yard penalty.
At least we have the ball.
Yep. So here
Man.
we go.
Let's see what happens here. Gavin Anderson with just a little over 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. They're up 27-16. This would be a dominant touchdown here. This would just set the tone for the rest of the game if they put the ball in the end zone here. That's Joey Walensky making something out of nothing there. A helmet comes off. 42's helmet came off, it looked like.
With the tackle, brings up second down.
And I'm just continuing to watch Joey Walensky mow down these yards, being the shifty running back he is. It's just so fun to watch. Looking for the yardage right now.
There's something fun about watching athletic players run.
Yeah. It reminds me of Dalvin Cook,
Yes.
honestly. Here's Walensky to the left side once again. Ooh! Gets blown up. He stays up. Walensky, I believe he got the first on that play.
He did. That was a really great run by Joey Walensky.
That is so impressive.
Mac, do you notice a little bit of a strategy change by the Flyers in that they have run the ball the past couple times?
Yes, I have.
I think that they're trying to chew up some clock right now. You'll notice it's down to a minute 24 in the third, and the clock now is still running.
I believe the Pioneers also made a pretty big passing adjustment, and I think there's something to do with that they're taking advantage of that, because obviously you got some receivers to be scared of.
Boy, they just keep
Here's
giving it to
Walensky.
Walensky.
Did he stay in bounds, though?
Yep, he did.
So the clock will keep running.
Joey Walensky with carry.
Walensky is just mowing
To be
yards.
honest with you, that's exactly what the Flyers need to be doing right now, is just keep chewing up clock.
See, it would be different. It'd be different if these runs were unsuccessful, but they're very
Correct.
successful right now. So
Correct.
if they can just keep getting first downs, keep that clock running down. Everybody still has 3 timeouts, though, so.
You know, I've been talking a little bit about the Flyers possibly getting worn down because of two-way players. The same is going on with the Pioneers right now, which is one of the reasons why we're blowing up holes.
And Hank LeClaire with a big play inside the 20 to the 15. Unreal. Joey Walensky and Hank LeClaire, the running game for the Flyers. Looks like he went out of bounds at around 14-15.
Clearly, Hank LeClaire is a really great runner, and I continue to go back. One of the things that helps great runners be unbelievable is when they have great blocking, and there was great blocking on that play.
Athleticism and the blocking.
They
Anderson takes a snap. This is going to go back to LeClaire. He's got 3 guys on him, and he'll be taken down. Nothing much out of that play. Third quarter is now ended. This is Flyer Media Productions. Please stay tuned for the fourth quarter of action. It's 27-16. Flyers are up, and Flyers have the ball just about the 15 here. First down marker is at about the 5. Really dominant drive so far for the Flyers.
Yeah, again, they've found something that's working in the run game, and to be honest with you, Mac, my guess is that this run game has been there the entire game. We just know from talking to Coach Bartos, he really likes to pass the ball a lot.
Right.
But it's really nice to know that we have this in our arsenal, and we can turn to people like Joey Walensky and Hank LeClaire and our offensive line to get us yards and first downs.
This offensive line for the Flyers has just been proving to be one of the biggest parts of the game so far.
And it's a group of players that's often overlooked because, you know, the quarterbacks, the running backs are high-profile players, but what makes them high-profile players are the blockers that are in front of them. So kudos to both the Flyers offensive line and to the Flyers defensive line.
Well, we got 12 minutes of football left. I am still so excited to watch this. This has been a very fun game to watch, and I'm sure the viewers at home are having a lot of fun watching here too. Flyers are proven to be the dominant team so far. Although that third quarter proved it was pretty even. It It was pretty even between both teams. There wasn't any points put up there.
If we would have asked each other, were points going to be scored in the third quarter, I bet you both of us would have said absolutely.
For sure, because it's in the late stages. You'd think that teams would try to step up. But after seeing this wing T offense, I mean, players just get worn down. It's hard to keep going throughout this full game. Anderson to Leclerc. Leclerc bounces off the tackle.
Oh.
Looked like kind of a hard hit there.
Wow. Tough running by Leclerc again.
He stayed in bounds, though. He did stay in bounds. Did he get the first? I don't think so.
It's 3rd down and 5. Or 4 about.
Oh, from here it looked like he got more.
Leclerc's a special runner.
3rd and 4 here. That clock's still running. Gavin Anderson in his base 20. Motion with Leclerc. He's going to fire it. I'm not sure where his target was.
He was looking for Bobby Toure there. And threw it just a little bit early. Bobby was just breaking, coming out of his cut at that time.
So 4th and 4 here. I think the Flyers should go a field goal all the way here, in my opinion. Or try to go for 1st and goal.
You know, Shanoff is a good kicker. It'll be really interesting to see what happens here.
I respect both choices from Bartos.
Well, it does look like they're going to try to kick it.
This would make it a 2-touchdown game, so.
25-yard attempt.
It's no chip shot for a high school kicker. Here's Shanoff. Puts it up. Looks good.
He got it.
He got it.
Way to go, Gabe.
There we go.
Nice.
30-16 Flyers. Gonna need 2 touchdowns if the Pioneers want to come back. It's not looking like it right now, but
you know, I applaud Coach Bartos and the staff for going for that field goal and having enough faith in your kicker to put it through the uprights.
for sure. And you saw the reaction after that. They were clearly excited about that.
That's one of those kicks that the coach is going to put in the back of his mind for future games.
Right, like
because
those 25-yard.
He knows that. I mean, he knew Shanoff could be good from 25 yards, but to be good during the game is another thing. Now that he's been successful, I'm sure that he'll have more confidence down the road in using Shanoff in similar situations.
So I don't know. I don't see the Pioneers really coming back from this based on what I've seen so far. This is going to be very opinionated, but I feel like the Pioneers are playing a little scared right now. I feel like they're afraid to go into the passing and get away from their wing T.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a reflection of getting worn down. If you're tackling people like Hank Leclerc, people like Joey Walensky, people like Isaac Olsen, and you're getting beat up by our offensive line, it does impact teams.
For sure. Looks like Aiden Jones. I see a flag there. Jones gets a pretty good return out up to the 40.
I think it's coming back. It looks
Same
like it's
here.
holding on the Pioneers on the return.
I don't think, for how many Flyers were there, it doesn't feel like that he should have been able to get through how he did, so I feel like this is coming back too. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Pioneers are going to start deep in their zone.
And that's proven, at least for what we've seen so far, to be kind of tough for the Pioneers. So,
because we know that they're going to run clock with the run, most likely, unless they completely change things up at this point.
Even if they have a completed pass for 5 yards, that clock is still going.
Yep.
Everything is pointed towards the Flyers coming away with this one, though. Alrighty, here we go. 1st and 10. Just over 11 minutes left to go here in this football game. Back in the wing T formation. About at the 20. It's going to be handoff left side. And he trips. That's a big mistake because that was looking like it was starting to develop into a decent play there.
You know, I have been really impressed with Aiden Jones for the Pioneers.
Same here.
He is clearly one of their better players. He's
I would have loved
to runner.
I would have loved to talk to Coach Sayre for the Pioneers to see his opinion on Aiden Jones because he's playing super well so far. Back in the wing tee here. 2nd and 8. That clock is still moving. I see a pass coming here. It will be a handoff. That had me faked out again. It's tough to follow. I want to say he got the first.
Yep, he did get the first down. This is a perfect example of the deception of the wing tee offense, because here we're above the play, can see down on it, and it's very difficult to follow where the ball is.
I'm looking over here, and he's already like 8 yards down the field.
Yep. So imagine the defense trying to track that down.
It's got to be so tough.
It is, yep.
1st and 10 here. Little under 10 minutes left to play. Course in the wing tee. This is a pass. Getting pressure blown up, and he barely gets the ball away. That was absolutely destroyed.
Just a great play by Jansky and Shanoff. Jansky just drilled the quarterback.
I'm surprised he didn't fall down from that.
Shanoff got the initial pressure.
That seemed like a blitz there because I believe Jansky plays defensive back, right?
He plays one of the outside linebackers.
Got it.
Great play by the Flyers.
2nd and 10 here. That clock is stopped now. Handoff left side. He's got a couple of blockers. This could be a big play. Out of bounds at about the 36. Aiden Jones once again.
I know that was a good run by the Pioneers, but Eddie Sobiek prevented a much bigger play because of how he
approached that. And he did get out of bounds here, so here we go. 1st and 10. Winsher. It's going to be right side. Oh, big play here to the 40, inside the 30 to the 25. He'll be out of bounds at about the 22. The Pioneers got what they needed. They got a big play. As we look at this again.
You know, Mac, again, this is just one of those plays where it's simple and just a quick hitter right up the gut of the
That was a bit
offense,
of a home run play there.
And just a good play by the Pioneers. And you get to see our athleticism and our speed there by being able to catch up to their running back.
Right. That was Walensky and Mark Hughes running after him. Hughes made the tackle and pushed him out of bounds, but this is going to be a QB keeper. He trips up a little bit, but still keeps up. What a tackle by Hank LeClaire. Did you see how hard he pulled that guy down?
Oh, the ball came out, and they are saying that he was down. Wow. If we could see a replay of that, that would be really interesting. That sure looked like a fumble from up here. But anyway, the Pioneers will maintain the ball. You can tell that the Flyers are a little bit disappointed there because I think they believe they got a fumble.
It did kind of look like it, to be honest with you. Well, doesn't change anything. 1st and 10. Or they actually might be a little short. It might be.
Oh, good play by the Flyers.
Stuffed immediately.
There.
Clock runs to ideal scenario there for the Flyers.
Man, 68. Rylan Mickelson. That was a outstanding play.
Absolutely destroyed him.
Man, he has showed up big a couple of times tonight where he has just blown up the play.
This has been a very, very, very team-based game.
Yep.
Very. You can just see being the first game of the season. If the Flyers can keep up playing like this, I think that they have a chance to go pretty far in the season. It's going to be right side here.
Oh,
what a tackle.
Great
Joey
tackle
Walensky.
by Joey.
Got him by the feet, did not let go. That just shows more athleticism by Walensky there. I believe it's 4th down. I don't think they got it. 7.5 minutes left to go here.
Mac, this is a huge play. 4th and 2, 7.5 minutes to go. If the Flyers stop this play, it could actually be the play of the game.
This could end the game in some people's eyes. Here we go. Right side.
He stopped! Oh!
He stopped him. What a hit!
Outstanding play by Isaac Olson and by Walensky. Outstanding.
Just unreal. Look at this hit. Bang.
Man.
Isaac Olson and Joey Walensky
Again,
double-teamed him.
Swarming.
And the Flyers take possession.
You know, those are the types of plays that just take the will out of another team.
Yeah, that has to demotivate the Pioneers so much.
That was
that
their
close.
opportunity.
They got the big play that they needed, and they just couldn't take advantage of it. That's a big mistake by the Pioneers. Not necessarily a mistake, a big loss.
Yep.
For
Just
the
a great play by the
Pioneers.
Flyers. My guess is they're going to try to run the ball.
Run the ball, get screens in motion.
Keep the clock going.
Just as long as the clock is moving, I think they're fine. What a play here. Leclerc on the pitch. He's still going. He's fighting for the first. They're going to push him over. That's a first down.
Hank LeClaire with the carry. A wagon load.
Again, it's another perfect example of the first 10 yards of that play were all because of blocking, and then Hank got a couple of extra yards because
Just getting
of his
pushed
strength
over.
and power. It's just really good football.
So 1st and 10 for the Flyers once again. About 6 3/4 left here. I'm going to guess that they're going to keep going with the run game. I could definitely see a screen too. Here's Walensky fighting.
Oh,
Stiff arm. He'll get pulled down. That
looked like it was almost a face mask.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It kind of looked like a face mask from up here, but
Jones with the tackle.
Flyers are playing a great game right now. They're playing it very smart. And in my eyes, they deserve to win this game right now.
This is where Coach Bardos is telling Gavin Anderson, take your time. There's no hurry. Keep just letting the clock chew up clock with these drives. Take your time and keep running the ball and getting first downs. This game is going to be over.
Let your team do the work right now.
Yep.
Back in shotgun. He's got 3 with him. Straight up the middle. That looked like offsides.
It was a false start by the Flyers.
Got it.
One of the up backs moved a little bit early there.
Got it.
It's all right.
That'll push him back to about 2nd and 8, it looks like. So, Dad, I have a question. If this gets to 3rd down, if the Pioneers absolutely destroy whatever they're going to do here, do you see them passing the ball, trying to get a first down?
You know, that's, again, a really difficult question. If it were me, and I am not Coach Bardos, I would be tempted to continue to run the ball and just either force them to use a timeout or run more clock out.
Due to the fact that it is a 2-score game.
Yep.
I think I'd make the same call. This is going to go to the left. It's Leclerc fighting for yards. He's in bounds. Curious to see where they spot him.
Great call by the Flyers. It looks like it's going to be about a yard short, 3rd down, which, do the same thing.
Yeah.
With the way that we're blocking and the way Leclerc is running.
Straight up the gut with Leclerc. That's all I see.
Or even run him outside and you get a couple of yards.
Yeah. This either, in my opinion, goes up the gut to Leclerc or outside to Walensky. Either one.
You know, Mack, I was just looking at, again, the upcoming schedule for the Flyers. And I remember talking to Coach Bardos about the schedule. And it's like everybody on our schedule is brand new this year. He said, the next game is East Grand Forks, 3 hours and 40 minutes away.
That's just crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm sure the games are going to be pretty late too. So
I know that he expressed some concern about how that schedule got created because of how much travel time we have this year, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back to 3rd quarter for a second, and you remember what Coach Bartos said about the third quarter? Do you remember what he said?
I don't believe so.
Win the third quarter.
Oh, right. I actually do. Yeah,
And-
he was just focusing on the third quarter.
And given what happened with the score, I think they won the third quarter.
Yeah, because they had the lead to start it off. So as long as they didn't let up any points, that's a win.
Yep. And now they're grinding. Big play for the Flyers here.
Here we go. 3rd and 2. So that fourth down stop was like also that could be seen as a game-winning play for the Flyers. This also I could see as a game-winning play.
Yeah.
Here we go. LeClaire behind Anderson. Anderson straight to LeClaire. Up the middle, fighting for yards. Doesn't look like he got... Oh, they're pushing him ahead. LeClaire got it.
You know, sometimes there are players who just have...
that dog in him.
They do, and that is just... Hank LeClaire got that first down.
He made that play.
By himself there. That he was stopped cold by the defense, and he didn't stop. He didn't give up. He kept churning his legs and quite possibly closed out the game.
I just cannot believe how well this drive has gone for the Flyers, because they're taking plays, which is just taking clock, and they're getting the first downs that they need. A little bit over 4 minutes to go here. I believe Piers has about 2 timeouts.
Yes.
Think so?
No,
Yeah.
they still have 3, because remember they took a delay of game penalty.
Right.
Instead of using a first down.
LeClaire gets about a gain of 5. I believe he went out of bounds, though, so that will stop the clock.
This is a time in the game where if the Flyers keep the ball in bounds on their second down play here, the Pioneers are going to have to start thinking about using their timeouts, being 2 scores down.
See, this is where the issue happens with having a running offense, is because now they obviously aren't confident on passing. It's pretty obvious to me. So I don't see them. I don't see them doing this. I don't see them coming back in 4 minutes with how the Flyers are playing. I just don't see it.
Let's hope.
Yeah, that's the way to see it. Anderson's going to keep it. He's in the pocket. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. I don't like that either. I think they have to run the ball there. I don't understand the play call.
Sometimes, even coaches outthink themselves.
Do you think that was
You see that happen in the NFL, where sometimes just coaches overthink things, and possibly that happened on that play, because it seemed to me like it was a time to run the ball again and just keep the clock going. But
he must have just thought that they could have caught them off guard.
Yep.
And
maybe he saw something that we didn't. So
3rd and 6, got to put the ball on the ground. Need the clock to run. This is going to be tossed to LeClaire to the outside. LeClaire's going to pick up the first down. Much more inside Pioneer territory, down at the 44. We've said Hank LeClaire's name so much. He's proving to be the star of the game so far in my eyes.
You know, another thing that I would say about him is he just punishes defenders, and so it's not. There's like a double advantage to it. We get yards, and he punishes a defender because he's so difficult to take down.
Right. Also, the blocking has just been insane.
Yep.
It's crazy. 1st and 10 here. Little over 3 minutes left to go. Anderson to Walensky. Walensky's going to run to the outside. Got to stay in bounds here.
Oh, he just got tripped up.
Tripped up ahead, yeah. Looked like about a gain of 5 or 6.
Now Piers is starting to run through their timeouts.
This game is looking to be over in my eyes.
Boy, it's sure starting to look that way.
Yeah.
You haven't watched enough Viking football, though.
It's never over till the clock says 0.
3 minutes and 3 seconds is an eternity in football.
KOC is better than Mike Zimmer, though, so.
Yeah.
Well, little timeout here. Both teams huddled up along the sidelines. 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go. 2nd and 6.
You know, one of the things that I appreciate so much about football is the sheer volume of coaches who give of their time to coach players up. Football is a complex sport. When you think about the line, you think about your specialty players, you think about all of that. Kids don't get better just on their own. Or if they do get better, it's limited. When you have great coaches, which I know both Little Falls and Piers have, man, they get the best out of our players. And it's so much fun to watch the improvements that have happened from last year to this year. So shout out to all the coaches.
Yeah. I just love watching these running backs continue to just destroy the Pioneers. Oh, that's going to be straight ahead and another first down.
Ivan Patrick.
Patrick will finally... We've said he's had a couple of moments this game clutch moments.
He's sneaky. He's sneaky. He's a big dude.
You just wouldn't expect it.
Every once in a while, they will throw in that play directly up the middle with him, and he's a tough runner to bring down.
That was a great play call by Coach Barthouse there, and the offensive coordinator. 2.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Flyers. Inside Pioneer territory at around the 33. Anderson's still back in shotgun here. I think he's going to do the rollout and toss to Leclerc.
He's using up time.
Leclerc's trying to be shifty. Shut down pretty quick.
They're at Pioneers.
I saw a flag.
Pioneers are going to get a late hit on Leclerc. One of their defenders came in and piled on, and I think hit Leclerc possibly in the head.
I'll say the Pioneers aren't doing them justice for trying to win this.
Personal foul on the Pioneers.
I'll be first down for the Flyers then.
You know, they could almost get in the victory formation at this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pioneers have one timeout they have?
One timeout remaining.
Got it. This 2-minute warning. Okay. Of course they're going to run the ball here.
Force the Pioneers to use their last timeout.
I think they... this first down wins the game here, right? Because then they can just start kneeling it.
Technically, any run wins the game because the Pioneers will use their last timeout and can't stop the clock anymore.
That's true. Well, here we go. Anderson, 1st and 10 after the late hit. Back in shotgun, Leclerc behind him. Walensky on his right, Patrick on his left. Go down. No gain, or maybe a gain of 1 or 2 there.
So
as long as he got down inbounds there,
I'm not even sure that the Pioneers are going to use their last timeout. I think they're going to let the clock run out here.
That's good sportsmanship. So it looks like they're just going to run it down with a little kneel here.
Man, I am really impressed by this win for the Flyers.
Great home opener.
Great home opener, great team effort, just something that they should be really proud of. And frankly, the Pioneers put up a good fight too. They played well tonight, and I think we're just outmatched by the Flyers.
I agree fully. Amazing game from the Flyers. They adjusted so well. It was super fun to watch them just cook up on passing.
They started the game so strong. I was a little bit worried after the first touchdown by the Pioneers.
I agree.
They turned it around really quickly. I love this part of the game too, where the players go shake hands, and such a show of
Thank you for your
sportsmanship.
attendance and sportsmanship
What a
tonight.
great game. Congratulations, Flyers.
Please drive home safely. Have a very safe and productive Labor Day weekend.
Little Falls will take down Pioneers 30-16 here for our final.
Well, it's more for the draft.
That late hit kind of sealed it now that you think about it.
Celebration.
Fun victory for the Flyers. Congratulations to Coach Bartos, the staff, and all the players. A great team victory.
We're celebrating on the field right now. I believe we're going to check out some of the replays here. Top moments from the game.
This was the first Pioneer touchdown where they kind of had their way with the Flyers before they made some adjustments.
I think everybody was worried at the start.
Yep.
I believe next we go to Hank LeClair's first amazing run.
Just a big play. Turn the game around again. Big confidence booster for the Flyers.
Very. It's going to be Pierz' second touchdown here. This was their final touchdown of the game. This was just a little fake inside, and he was in with ease. Next, we'll go to Little Falls' second touchdown here.
It's a big play by Isaac Olson where he busted one down the sideline. Just an awesome play by Isaac Olson.
I loved watching that move. This was their huge fourth down stand. This was a huge turning point in the first half.
Just got stuffed. Awesome play by the Flyers.
That was a team play right there. It's going to be Little Falls' third touchdown here. This was the most fun to watch, in my opinion.
Once again to Isaac Olson. He's just a fun player to watch.
This is Little Falls' second fourth down stand here on the fake punt.
This is kind of the part in the game where you felt like it had officially turned and was
Little Falls took control.
Yep, they took control.
Here comes the interception by Jackson Jansky. He read that perfectly, backed off, got
Just
it.
A real heady play by Jackson Jansky.
Here comes Little Falls' fourth touchdown here. This is when I felt like it was kind of sealed.
Yep. Hank LeClair, a good strong run. You just cannot arm tackle him. He's too strong of a runner.
This was the 25-yard field goal from Gabe Shanoff.
Happy for Shanoff on this play. Good confidence booster. Tells the coach he can be relied on.
And this will be the last one. Little Falls' final fourth down stand here. This is when the game was pretty much sealed. Just a great tackle.
Great team effort.
So thank you all for watching here as Little Falls gladly came away with the victory. And this has been Flyer Media Productions. Huge shout out to Mr. Foley, voice team, the audio, Mark Deal. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you had a good time. And thank you.